Hello, welcome to a new video. This is Sophie, this is Trade Talks. And today we have a new topic, a new video. I think it's a topic that followed the previous video, the farmers, what's happening in Mexico, and I don't know, I think we have interesting topics today, and we have too much to say. In this video I will talk about 6 important topics I think that are connected to the agricultural crisis in Mexico. These topics are the role of big companies in price of corn, water as a strategic resource, rural migration caused by the agricultural crisis, of course, and the lack of financing and agricultural subsidies, Why farmers want corn and other grains removed from the USMCA agreement, and finally the cultural importance of corn in Mexico. Okay, all the information I present here comes from official or journalist sources, and I will mention the reference when I choose them. And we have the first one, the role of big companies in the price of corn. Corn is one of the most important crops in Mexico, as we mentioned before, right, in the previous videos. And according to the Mexican government, Mexico produces more than 27 million tons of corn every year. And however, even if production is high, many farmers cannot earn enough money, This is because large companies often influence the price of corn. For example, El País reported in 2025 that Mexican farmers were protesting because they wanted a fair price of 7,200 pesos per ton, right? And but the market price is usually much lower, and many farmers cannot cover the production costs, such as fertilizer, seeds, irrigation, and diesel. This makes corn production unprofitable for small and medium farmers. Some large companies like Minza and Gruma say they are not responsible for the low prices, but farmers argue that these companies control large parts of the market, including storage, transportation, and processing. This gives them significant power over prices, actually, and I don't know. I think it's unfair for everyone. Okay, following the video, we have the second, and let's move on. We have the second topic, and is water as a strategy resource. Okay, conflicts and solutions. Water is essential for everything, and I think for corn production, actually. And why I say for corn, because corn is the most important in Mexico. It is an important food in Mexico. And however, Mexico has experienced droughts in recent years. In 2023, for example, DW News reported in that Mexico's current production fell almost 40% because of extreme drought. Also, new water laws and regulations have created tensions between farmers and the government, and many farmers feel that their new policies limit their access to water, while industries and cities receive priority. And this creates conflict because without water, farmers cannot plant. Without planting, they cannot sell corn. Without income, families cannot survive in rural areas. Some possible solutions that I consider important include improving irrigation systems, using water-saving technology, and making fair water distribution laws. Okay, and we have another topic which is rural migration caused by the agricultural crisis. Because farmers cannot earn enough money, many rural families decide to migrate. And this is not a new trend. For example, a study from the University of California explained that trade policies and cheap imported corn have displaced thousands of Mexican farmers since the 1990s. And today the situation continues, and when families lose their crops or cannot pay their debts, they often move to big cities or sometimes migrate to the United States of America, and this migration creates different problems. For example, communities lose workers and young people leave rural areas, of course. Actually, traditional knowledge and farming practices disappear, and the national food supply becomes less stable. Migration is not only an economic issue, it is also a social and cultural problem, okay? And I think it's important to reflect about it. Okay, so let's move on with the next topic, and it is which is lack of financing and agricultural subsidies. Okay, many farmers say they do not receive enough government support, of course. And in the past, Mexico had strong public programs that helped small farmers. For example, Conasupo warranted prices and helped distribute basic food. But these programs were reduced or eliminated after the 1990s, and support for agricultural producers became weaker. Today, farmers don't have access to credit, even in insurance against climate disasters, and of course they don't have sufficient subsidies and technical assistance, of course. And a 2019 policy study explained that Mexican small farmers have limited access to financing compared to farmers in the United States and Canada, of course. And without financing, farmers cannot invest in irrigation, machinery, and technology that would help them survive market changes. Okay, and I think something that is important to reflect, and it is important to say to people and to everyone is why farmers want to grains removed from the USMCA agreement. Okay, why? Okay, many Mexican farmers demand that corn and other basic grains be removed from the USMCA trade agreement. We know that, okay? But why? It is because USMCA allows Mexico to import large amounts of cheap corn from the United States, of course, and this imported corn is cheaper because American farmers receive large subsidies from like their government, and according to the Prospect Journal, USA corn subsidies have lowered prices so much that Mexican producers cannot compete. And as a result, the price of corn in Mexico stays low, and Mexican farmers cannot recover their production cost, and domestic agriculture becomes weaker, and actually Mexico becomes dependent on foreign food. And by removing corn and grains from USMCA agreement, Mexican producers believe the government could protect national production and improve food security. Okay, and we have another, the last topic that we are going to see today, and is the cultural importance of corn in Mexico. Okay, because it's important, it is the most important in Mexico. Okay, corn is not only an economic product in Mexico, it is a symbol of identity, I think. And corn has been cultivated in Mexico for more than 7,000 years, according to archaeological and anthropological studies. And this source is from Secretaría de Cultura de México. And corn has a symbolic meaning in indigenous traditions, festivals, ceremonies, daily food, actually community life. If corn production continues to decline, Mexico risks losing not only food sovereignty but also a fundamental part of its cultural heritage. Protecting corn means protecting history, actually, and identity, actually rural communities, traditional knowledge, and national food security, I think. Okay, I think it's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I would like to add a conclusion, and I would like to say that Mexico faces a difficult or a harsh agricultural crisis that involves big companies, and actually the water scarcity, lack of subsidies, trade agreements, and cultural identity. If Mexico supports its farmers and protects corn, it can protect its economy, its food, and its cultural roots. I think it's very important to understand what's happening now in Mexico and why this is affecting to everyone, not just to farmers, not just to one sector in society, but I think, for example, just with the protest, okay, if you want to go, I don't know, to Aguascalientes, to another place, or take a airplane, you can't, because they are protesting because their rights. And I think it's important listening to people with different ideologies, or with their own worldview, you know. And actually, food is important, prices are important for everyone, and we have to respect them. We have to respect our identity, we have to respect our agreements and our people, okay? Farmers are Mexican, farmers have families to subside, to feed, so you have to be conscious, you have to consume local food, you have to support farmers in this protest. And I don't know, I think it's everything for this section of videos. I would like you like these videos, and I would like you understand everything, or you understood everything that I said. And thank you for watching, thank you for everything, thank you. I'll see you the next time, and this is Sophie, and this is Straight Talks. Bye.